everyone, it's Rita with Everything Homemade, and we continue to plant the garden. We are going to concentrate in this particular episode on transplanting the herbs. So we're going to be doing the parsley, the marjoram, and the chamomile that we started. Now, we're not going to actually put them into the garden. We're going to work on this flower bed or herb bed right behind us. Now, there's some hyssop in this bed. There's some perennial oregano already, some garlic, some chives, some St. John wort. And you will see these posts here that we just put in. There's one here and there's one on the other side. I have one marshmallow root. And it is basically, if you're not familiar with the marshmallow plant, it is the precursor to your hollyhock. So that's where they got your hollyhocks from, was from the native marshmallow plant it's native here in Canada. So I have the native plant because it's very medicinal. I use it in many ways. And I would like the whole back here, where I'm sitting, from this post to this one, to be pure marshmallow. Now, the only thing is that they can be taller than me, right, Orion? They are huge. But they have, instead of your hollyhocks with the bigger flowers, they got much smaller but really delicate pink flowers that I absolutely love. Butterflies and bees love them. But we need support, so we're going to put support between these two posts so they're supported, so when the wind whips through they don't fall down. But in front of that, I want all my herbs, because this bed gets lots of nice sun, and I want these herbs to self-sow themselves and come back every year. So we're going to remove some mulch that we put down, because the mulch is really preventing some of the herbs from spreading, and we're going to clean it up. And then we're going to plant in our herbs. I am finally back into the herb bed. Now, I was 3 days delayed, 1 for the weather and 2 life. Okay, everything started happening at the same time, not with the garden but with other things happening around the yard, and I got completely pulled away and haven't planted since Friday. So I am back here. I've got herbs that desperately need to get out. And so I am going to take this bed, it's quite large, and I'm going to start planting in the herbs. Now I'm going to do the worst pot. The chamomile, I should have planted out almost a week ago. But you know what? In a perfect world, that would have happened. But there's so many other factors that came to play, and I have not done them yet. So I'm going to plant them in first thing. So the tips are a bit yellow because they're suffering in the pot. They're root bound. They need to come out. They should bounce back just fine. They may lose those leaves, but the rest should be fine. So we're gonna transplant them at first, then I'm going to do the marjoram and then the parsley. So let's plant. So right beside me here, this is marshmallow. This whole side here, these marshmallow plants really span out. So all this, I want this beautiful tall marshmallow root, or beautiful tall marshmallow plant. And then here I'm going to start the chamomile, giving it a fair distance from this particular plant. Now I've loosened all this dirt up. I shoveled it, I pulled out roots, I've weeded it the best that I can, and I'm just going to plant these little guys in. And my objective is the plants die over the winter, but the seed should germinate in the ground, so I want this to always reseed itself. That's the plan. So this is really nice dirt already. Okay, you poor things. So what I'm actually going to do is something totally different. Because they're so root bound, I just popped it right out of the container, and you can see the poor roots. Oh my word. So it's going to be easier to work with it out of the container. I'm sorry guys, I am so delayed. So I'm going to split it in half, put the other half back in there, and see what I got going. Okay. So take a look here. It's easier to work with the roots it's easier to work with the plant starting from the middle. You notice I split it in half. That way I can see something, because it's like just a bush. And what I might do, actually, I can roll it. Now let me show you that again. I'm going to do that, an example here. I took a clump off, and what I discovered is if I take it and just simply go from the middle and just roll them out, I actually am creating a line. Just kind of moving these, and I just rolled it out, which actually made it a long line, because these are herbs. Herbs can be really close together. And if I split that off, I now can split these ones out simpler. So that's what I'm doing, because that'll go a lot quicker. So I'm just going to plant them in about clumps of 3 plants. There's nothing like chamomile, lemongrass, ginger tea. Oh, oh, I can't wait. As you can tell, we are done the chamomile. The center of this bed is going to be chamomile. Where Ocean is working, that strip is going to be from the post, basically from the from the post there to those pots there, all that area there is going to be parsley there. And then if we back up here, the very front of this log from the St. John's wort to the oregano and sorrel, we're going to have the marjoram up to the chamomile, so in this area right here. So that should fill out the bed really nice. The hyssop is coming back. The hyssop is those plants right there. They're really, really medicinal. They're really good for anything with respiratory issues. It's a really potent and awesome herb. And you can just see all those roots. Look at that. And I'm going to just separate it off, roll it, and then put them in because they can be really close together. And that way we're not planting every single plant, but it still gives them lots of room for roots. So I'm going to place this guy over here. Ocean, I'm going to start giving you clumps. Watch out for the dandelions. Get them out of there. Okay. So we're just basically loosening up the dirt, the very top layer here, and getting it ready. The dirt is quite nice here. Plus herbs, you don't want your dirt too rich. You can actually have too rich a dirt. Herbs grow better in a drier soil. You don't want waterlogged soil. That's not very good. But they actually do better in soil that is not as rich. So this bed is perfect for them. Parsley all in. So looking really good. You can see the parsley right here and the chamomile starting here. So that's looking really good. And now I have Ocean. Once again, we moved now to the other side and the ground is already shoveled and worked. She's just evening it out and I'm going to help her right away. And we are doing the exact same technique. And we're going to plant in the marjoram. And there you have it. All the herbs are transplanted. Now we just need to water. And the last thing that we need to do is plant the peppers in the pot. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.